Um, yeah, I couldn't choose two plays, but if I had to choose two games, probably just my last game. Just one game, just my last game. I feel like I left it all out there. I just got one more opportunity to play with my brothers that I've been playing with the last 3 years. Just really summed up my whole time at Penn State, and I get to leave it all out on the field. I would say my ghost rush. I feel like all my pass rush moves are really my best. So I'd like to switch it up a little bit.
After that last game that you played, you had already established yourself as the best pass rusher. Why was it so important, even though you were injured, to play in that game?
I just feel like my teammates needed me. I couldn't have played, but I felt like just leave it all out there and give us the best opportunity to win, and I feel like that's what I did. And if I had to do it again, I'd make the same choice.
Abdul, your versatility is used like as a strength, but what position do you enjoy playing the most on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, definitely defensive end, edge rusher, but I feel like I can play wherever my coaches need me, and wherever they feel a need, that's where I play.
Abdul, since that last game, what's the balance of training and recovery?
It's been good. I'm really just starting to heat it up right now. I just got cleared to really start training, start working out again. So my next couple weeks look like just me getting ready for my pro day, and once I get to my pro day, to perform at an elite level.
How would you describe your style of play and what you bring to a team?
I think I bring energy, effort, versatility, and I feel like when the biggest moments come around, that's where I play at my best.
Could you put like a number or percentage to your health right now, 90, 100?
Yeah, probably about 90% right now, but these next couple months, this next month, I feel like it's where I really get close to 100.
Abdul, do you plan to meet with the Jaguars?
Yeah, I feel like you definitely need a franchise edge rusher. If you look at all the great teams that won Super Bowls, that you have that one standout great defensive player, and I feel like I'm that. The one that comes to mind when I first think of one is Von Miller. Yes, sir. Very serious, very upfront guy. Like he all about his business, which is what I like. He's really straightforward with me, and I feel like I like him.
Abdul, do you plan on?
No preconceived ideas. Yeah, he's one of the guys that I study. Just his bend, his get off, the way he can ghost rush, the way he set up his moves, and then at the biggest moments in the biggest games, Von Miller stepped up and delivered.
Abdul, do you?
Well, based on my film study, I pretty much know what I'm gonna get. So it's really just about playing the game, being consistent throughout the game, setting them up throughout the game, and that's where I started to take over.
Do you?
Well, based on my film study, I'm already coming in with a pass rush plan. So basically, he give me throughout the game. I might start the game speed, turn it to inside, turn it to power. So it's all about what he give me, and I just take over from there.
You're probably going to a not good team at the top of the draft. What can you bring in terms of leadership?
I feel like I bring a lot. I can bring a lot in terms of leadership. It's something I had to step up into this year at Penn State. One of our captains went down, so I had to be a lot more vocal, a lot more, just bringing the team behind me and just being the example that people can watch. So just setting the pace.
Have you met with the Panthers yet?
How is it for you to be picked first? How much do you want to be picked first?
Yeah, it's very important for me. That's one of the goals I made before the season. Something I always talked about. It's what I work for. And I feel like I'm getting close to that. Just got to keep working, keep putting the effort in, and accomplish my dream.
Have you met with the Panthers?
How realistic do you feel like it is to go number one this year?
I feel like it's very realistic. I feel like I'm the best player in the country, and the best player should be selected number one.
Have you met with the Panthers yet, and what was that meeting like?
I have not met with the Panthers.
Do you plan on meeting with the Jaguars and Raiders? And
yeah, I feel like I'm shaped a lot by my Philly roots. It's my toughness, my grit. I feel like that's really the biggest thing I can take from Philly, and it really made me into the man I am today.
do you plan on?
Yeah, I talked to him a lot. Just before this season, I told him I want to be the number one pick. I want to put some work in. He took me under his wing. We trained together, worked together, and everything turned out good so far.
Are you meeting with a?
I won't say it's no surprises. I'm really just taking it in the moment. I'm really living my dream right now. just be able to be out here living out my dream, really just taking everything one day at a time.
Abdul, you played.
No.
Are you meeting with the Jaguars and Raiders, and just what are your impressions of their new staffs?
All good impressions for me. I feel like they're really interested in me. I'm interested in them. All good impressions so far.
Do you have meetings set up with both of them?
Yes, sir.
From your perspective, what was it like watching the Saints go on that Super Bowl run?
Oh yeah, it was dope. I really just got to enjoy my last year, really being a fan. You know, being from Philly, born and raised, supporting the Eagles really my whole life. Got to take my dad to the Super Bowl, just enjoying being a fan one last year. And so whatever team drafts me, I'm loyal to that team.
Abdul, what is going to be like if you have to, at some point in your career, you have to face them?
They're gonna get my best only.
Abdul, what if it's the Giants that play in the divisions?
Say it again.
What if you go to the Giants and play them twice?
Yeah. Whatever team I'm on, whatever team I play, they get my best.
Abdul, speak.
Following up on that with the Giants, what if you joined a team that already had two solid edge rushers like Kayvon Thibodeau and Brian Burns? Would you think of that as an opportunity, or you want to come in and be the guy?
Yeah, my goal is to come in and be the guy. If I go to a team that already got the staff, I want to earn my spot anyway. So I want to come in and compete right away.
Abdul, speaking of Philly, you went viral a couple weeks ago with a friend of mine arguing about Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Just now that he won a Super Bowl, do you think that Jalen Hurts now is a bona fide top 3 quarterback in the game?
Well, I feel like whoever the champion is, they're the best. So I feel like Jalen Hurts established himself. He's been at that. And this year, actually winning the championship, he did nothing but only certify himself.
Who were the best offensive linemen that you went against, and how did you go about adjusting your plans throughout the game?
Probably definitely the Oregon offensive line, the way they schemed us, the way they came out with tempo, different looks, definitely gave us a lot of fits.
How did you go about adjusting as you continue to play?
We tried to adjust at halftime, which we did a little bit, but they really came out with a good scheme, good game plan. So.
Penn State's been known for putting out top defensive players. What do you think about the scheme, and where do you fit in some of those great defensive players?
Yeah, I feel like I'm the next one. Just looking at our history with Micah, Chop, Donfay, Adisa Isaac, Penn State is really edge rush you. We turning into that, and I'm really the next one out that mold.
Where does your confidence come from that you are the best player in the draft? How did you build?
Yeah, I would say the work I put in my whole life. My dad, he trained me to be the best player I can be, and not just being the best on the field, but off the field. And knowing all the work I put in, all the training I did, all the sacrifices I made, I know I'm the best.
Abdul, all the guys.
Yeah, it was a decision that I made. I went to my coaches, had a talk with them. I just knew that my best ability was getting after the quarterback. I knew I'd be most impactful for the team and really be impactful for me, knowing what I do best is getting after the quarterback. Yeah, I can grow in really every area of my game, but just using my hands more, running my feet on contact, striking, there's a lot of areas I can still improve in.
Of the guys that are...
Yeah, I do plan on being at the draft in Green Bay, and it's really just me living out my dreams, being able to walk on that stage, and I really can't wait.
Of the guys that are...
I haven't really thought about that. I'm really just trying to keep my head where my feet are, just take everything one day at a time.
Of the...
I have, yes.
How'd that go?
I feel like it went well. I'm impressed with the coaches. I feel like they're impressed with me. And they had the number 1 pick. I want to be the number 1 pick.
Of the guys that are still...
Yeah, it was dope. I went to the last Super Bowl when they played the Chiefs. They didn't get the job done, but this year they got the job done. Happy for them. And, it was really cool being one last year, being an Eagles fan.
Of the guys...
Yeah, that was something my dad made for me. He's big on the custom gear and everything, so he got me custom gear. I took him to the game. We had a great time. Got to see the Eagles win a Super Bowl.
Of the guys that are still at...
What if you went number 2 to Miles? What do you think about playing with Miles?
Yeah, that'd be dope. Miles is one of the guys I study, one of the guys I watch. Just his game, the way he can impact the game as a pass rusher, as a defender overall, as a special team, jumping over the pile, blocking the kick. He's one of the guys I study, try to emulate my game after.
Of the guys that are still at Penn State, who do you think, you mentioned you feel you're the next one going into this draft process, but of the guys that are still there, that are going to be here next year or years ahead, who do you think that next one is at defensive end?
Say it again, I couldn't get phone.
Yeah, the next one among the group of Penn State defensive ends, who do you think that is that's going to be in at these combines in years ahead?
Yeah, I think right now all eyes should be on the Dennis Sutton, number 33. He came in with me same year. He came back to Penn State for one last year. I feel like this is the year he dominates.
And what are your impressions of Max Granville, one of the younger guys?
Yeah, he came in, he flashed a lot, very athletic, real bendy, real twitchy. He just still got some ways to develop mentally. He's a young guy, but once he gets everything under control, he'll be a really good player.
When you get to the character conversation,
now that you're vying for a top pick on the side of the quarterbacks, how do you think your value maybe weighs, against people in that position?
Yeah, like I said, defensive players impact the game just as much as a quarterback. And I feel like me, myself, and all the best defensive players in the country need to just start speaking out about that more because we're just important to the game as the best quarterbacks.
when you get to the character conversations with teams, you feel like a clean resume there, bring teams to high content guy.
Say that again?
When you get to the character conversations with teams, you feel like you're bringing them a clean sheet.
Yes, sir. I know my character. I know who I am. I know who I am as a person. I know how I was raised. So whatever questions they have about my character, I know how to answer them. And I know who I am as a person. Yeah.
Abdul, if you can I get your top 5 edge rushers in the NFL today? No order.
I would say 1 Michael Parsons, 2 Myles Garrett, 3 T.J. Watt, 4 I'd probably say Jonathan Grenard, and a 5. Somebody who came in a lot. Well, before he got hurt, he probably would have been 1 this year, but Aiden Hutchinson.
Outside of Miles, who are a few players that you like watching film on and try and model your game after?
Say it again?
Outside of Miles Garrett, who are a few players that you like watching film on and try and model your game after?
Yeah, I definitely try to model my game after Micah. Just watching him being at the same school, I've been watching him pretty much my whole career. And Von Miller's also another guy I like to study a lot, and T.J. Watt.
What are most teams asking you here, and maybe what kind of impression you're going to make on them?
Yeah, it's really just just getting to know me as a person, getting to know who I am, going over my film, just asking me about the plays I've made, the bad plays I've made. But it's been all good for me so far.